Our regularly scheduled program will not be seen tonight in order to bring you the following special presentation. We now join Martin Mull's Talent Takes a Holiday, already in progress.
Good as the woman I'm with, and if she's a devil, well, I'll find her level. I'm flexible. I'm only as smart as the woman I'm with, and if she's a dunce, well, I'm stupid at once. Yeah, I'm flexible. He's flexible. I'm only as hip as the people that hang around me. I was nothing at all, just a fly on the wall. Then the beautiful people found me. Now I'm beautiful too. I do just what they do. I used to be plastic, now I'm elastic. I'm flexible. Flexibility made the most of me. I'm learning to roll with the punches. The opportunity came along to me, and now they take me out on $100 lunches. 'Cause I button my lip, and they all think I'm so hip. So when you go on your trip, baby, please take my tip. Be flexible, flexible.
It's Martin Mull's Talent Takes a Holiday, packed with non-stop television entertainment. Starring Martin Mull, the best available guest stars, Van Dyke Parks in the orchestra, and our own fabulous underpants dancers.
Flexibility made the most of me. I'm learning to roll with the punches. The opportunity, it came along to me, and now they take me out on $100 lunches. 'Cause I button my lip, and they all think I'm so hip. So when you go on your trip, baby, please take my tip. Be flexible. Oh yeah, be flexible. Flexible. Hi. I hope you can forgive my interrupting like this, but I felt it necessary. We've gone to a great deal of trouble and expense to make this show nothing less than spectacular. So the last thing I want is a potentially ratings-damaging outcry from the feminist community over what perhaps at first glance did appear to be a blatant sexist use of women in their underwear to attract male and lesbian viewers. Now, it would be very easy for me to simply sit here and deny all charges of wrongdoing, which I do. I could also waste valuable airtime explaining to you the concept of minimalism as an art form, but hey, let's cut to the chase. I wasn't the one parading around in my underwear. So I think the best way to put this whole mess behind us is to hear from one of our dancers herself. Natasha, I believe you had something you wanted to say.
You want me to read this now?
Yes, that would be nice.
I, Natasha Pavlova, was in no way cursed.
That's coerced.
Sorry.
Okay.
Was in no way coerced into any...
That's fine, that's fine. The rest is all about the laws of the state of New York and the fact that you were paid in full, which you were, and so forth, so we don't need to go into that, do we?
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. We've got a lot more show to get back to. Thank you.
I can leave?
Well, you know, actually, why don't you just hang around for a second? This will only take a minute, okay? I just want to add one quick word to those of you who may have already deduced that this is a variety show. Now, fear not. At no point do we sink to that quick and easy, old and tired tradition of simply throwing a bunch of wannabe sitcom stars or overpriced big-name talent onto a stage and calling it entertainment. Once again, we've gone the extra mile, scouring the globe for performers who put new meaning in the word professional. Such is the case with the lady you're about to meet. She calls Vienna her home, but she is equally well known in the exclusive German-speaking men's clubs of Brazil. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Baroness Jeanette Lips von Lipstrel.
Hey. Ladies and gentlemen, I perform for you from Jacques Offenbach, the wonderful Barcarolle. Maestro. Thank you so much. Dankeschön. My last whistle for you is The Little Bird. Picture.
I'm very fortunate indeed to be seated here with Dr. Pauline Rollo, world-renowned cheek and lip specialist.
Thank you, Martin.
Oh, you're welcome. Pauline, excuse me, but that's a woman's name, isn't it? In our high school, we had two girls named Pauline. We had no men named Pauline. Well, at any rate, Dr. Rollo.
Pauline.
Oh, okay, Pauline. It must take something very, very special for a person like the Baroness to be able to pucker and blow like that for, by my watch, well over the agreed-to 3 minutes.
First of all, it would take a lot to want to.
Oh, bingo. You're getting no argument there. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you, Martin.
Okay. Take good care of yourself. Oh, and thank you for that free advice about that thing on my leg.
I would get a professional person to look at that.
Okay. All right, thank you. No, that's for me. A largish, full-bosomed white female doing European music without words, followed by a shortish, flat-chested black male singing American songs with lots of words. That's the kind of thing you can expect here on Talent Takes a Holiday. It's called variety. It's called pacing. And right now, it's called The Incomparable Little Jimmy Scott.
Somebody I'm longing to see. I hope that she turns out to be someone to watch over me. Oh, little lamb who's lost in the wood, I could be good, oh, yes, I would, to someone who'd watch over me. She may not be the girl some men think of as handsome. To my heart, she'll carry the key. Won't you tell her, please, to put on some speed? Follow my oh, I need someone to watch over me. To put on some speed, follow my lead. Oh, how I need someone to watch over me.
Little Jimmy Scott and Curtis Stigers. How about one more, guys? One more? One más?
All of me, why not take off from me? Can't you see I'm no good without you? Take my lips, I'll never use them. Take my arms, I'll not refuse them. Your goodbye left me with eyes that cry. How can I go on live without you? You took the part that once was my heart. Why not take all of me?
of me. Can't you see that I'm no good without you? Take my lips. I won't lose them. Take my arms. I'll never use them. Oh, yesterday left me without. How can I go on living without you? You took that was my heart. So why not say
Wow. That was hot. I'm hot, at least. See if I can't cool things off here a little bit. I know I can do that. I know that I don't look it, but I am old enough to remember the Winter Olympics on radio. Now, it wasn't, of course, quite as exciting. There were times when one would feel the need, almost, for that visual component. The cross-country skiing, for instance, more than bordered on boring. But there were those wonderful screams and crashing sounds when a bobsled would jump the track or a ski jumper would flatten a concession stand. Far subtler, but everywhere near as exciting for me was the figure skating. One performance, in fact, in particular, really stands out in my mind. I will never forget it as long as I live. It was Dagmar Schulfkraft. Don't ask me to spell that, but that is her name, Dagmar Schulfkraft. She was skating for Finland, and this was back in the Olympics of 1956. Now, of course, again, as I say, I only had the radio broadcast to go by until now, that is. Just on a hunch, I asked the research staff here at the network to delve through their archives. You know, they've got everything, and darned if they didn't come up with a 35-year-old kinescope transfer of that remarkable performance. It's everything I remembered, and so much more. Let's share it now, shall we? We never showed that footage to our studio audience. Once again, that overwhelming sense of common decency that makes television what it is today prevailed. Now, we don't, as a rule, like to pull punches here on Talent Takes a Holiday. However, when a punch seems to be headed right for the very breadbasket of human dignity, well, I'm sorry. That's the time when the truly responsible entertainer has to say, "Whoa, Nellie, pull the chain." I am sadly aware that there are some people in our society that will laugh at just about anything. And I further confess that there was a time in my own career that I relied very strongly on that fact. That was then. This is now. And on behalf of the producers and myself, I applaud our decision to not show that film to our audience. Once you've seen it, I'm sure you'll agree. Thank you very much. Guys, can I have the John Davidson lighting, please? Thank you. I hope you... till tomorrow. What you can do today. Don't leave things half finished. Thank you. Thank you. That's really all I've done on that. I will finish it one of these days if I ever find the time. It's a bear. You know, I think I preferred that other lighting you had earlier. It gives me more of a chin. Thank you. Nice. And it's a lot more intimate. You know, in fact, while I am lit this way, I think it's a perfect time for me to try and, tear down that ugly, ugly wall that always seems to separate major talent from small, meaningless audience. So, I'm sorry, I can't watch this part. It's embarrassing. I realize that hosting a variety show of this sort calls for a fairly heavy foot on the ingratiating charm pedal, but Jesus, man. Hey, I'll be honest with you. I never hosted a variety show in my life. I'll be even more honest with you. I used to brag about that fact. But times change, and with them, me. And apparently, according to all the demographics I've researched, you've done a bit of changing yourselves. And so, with all of this in mind, I made the decision to set aside the sarcasm and wit for a while and put my eggs in the old charisma basket and go after that variety show audience of America, the new, kinder, gentler America, the up with people America that I have been told controls this time slot. Did I do the right thing? Frankly, I don't know. It's you, the viewer, who will have to tell me that. Right now, our highly trained operators are standing by to take your calls. If you feel that the new, I like to call it, vulnerable thing is working, then please call 555-1111. If you lean more toward the feeling that one Garrison Keillor is already pushing the envelope, then please call 555-2222. Thank you. And now, as a pleasant distraction for those of you callers put on hold, Mr. Doug Skinner.
Hey.
These days, we are confronted with an unprecedented phenomenon. Hundreds now claim to have been abducted by unidentified flying objects. Their experiences often follow a pattern. Someone sights a UFO, blacks out, and then awakens hours later with no memory of what has occurred. Under hypnosis, however, he or she will recount a harrowing tale of small gray beings and humiliating physical examinations. We have reason to believe that Eddie Gray has had an experience of this kind. In your presence, I will attempt to hypnotize him to recover these hidden memories. His story may chill you, may shock you, may at times be difficult for you to believe. Yet it is a story that you will never forget. Join us now, won't you, in our quest for lost time. Tell me, Eddie, what do you remember of the events of June 27th, 1989?
I don't know. What day was that?
Please answer the question. What do you remember of June 27th, 1989?
Oh, nothing in particular. Why?
You remember nothing of the whole day?
Well, no, it was 2 years ago.
The amnesia may be worse than I thought. Do you recall seeing a UFO?
A UFO?
Yes, a flying saucer.
I know what a UFO is.
Then answer the question.
Well, no, I've never seen one. Why do you ask?
It is worse than I thought. The entire experience seems to be blocked.
What experience?
Eddie, I'd like you to take a little test.
What kind of a test?
I'm going to name some common types of UFO, and I want you to just pick one.
But I didn't see one.
This is just a test. Are you ready?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right. Cigar-shaped, saucer-shaped, or football-shaped? Just pick one, Eddie.
All right. Cigar shape.
That's interesting. It was apparently abducted directly by the mother ship.
I was not.
Well, then why did you pick that one?
Well, you told me to.
Yes, I did. I knew your subconscious would pick the one that you had seen. It was the only way to get past your denial.
I don't have denial.
You're even denying your denial.
I am not.
Let's have a little medical history, Eddie. Have you had any unusual illnesses?
No,
Massive nosebleeds?
no,
Unexplained scars?
no,
A small scar right below the knee, for example?
no.
Right about here?
Ow! Oh, now I do.
And yet you never noticed it until now.
That hurt.
Yes, I know. Any strange dreams?
No,
No nightmares?
no.
Any unusual pregnancies?
What?
Any miscarriages or menstrual irregularities?
Oh, no, I'm a boy.
Here I have deliberately asked a leading question, but the witness has stuck to his story. I think we can trust him. Are you ready to be hypnotized, Eddie?
It won't hurt, will it?
Of course not. Let's just lie down on the table here.
You already hurt my leg.
Yes, I know. Just make yourself comfortable.
Ow!
Sorry. Could you roll the tape, please?
You are going to relax. So begin by making yourself perfectly comfortable. Sit down in your favorite chair. The chair on which you do your reading.
All right, cut the tape. So, do you remember seeing any aliens?
But I'm not hypnotized.
You're not?
Oh, no. You can't just turn some tape on for a few seconds and expect me to be hypnotized. That's not how it works.
You're not hypnotized.
No.
All right, roll the tape again.
And your relaxation. Or lie down on your favorite couch. Drop your arms to your sides. Relax.
All right, cut the tape. So, do you remember the aliens now?
But I'm still not hypnotized.
You're not?
Of course not. Doesn't just happen automatically.
You're still not hypnotized.
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry the subject is so uncooperative.
I am not.
He's undoubtedly been traumatized by the events of June 28th.
I thought you said the 27th.
Well, which was it?
Which was what?
Oh, which day don't you remember?
I don't remember either of them. It was 2 years ago.
We seem to have a lapse of 2 days, not one. No wonder the subject is resisting.
I am not.
Lie down, Eddie. Make yourself comfortable.
Ow.
Sorry. Just try to relax.
I am relaxing.
All right, just roll the tape, please.
And now, listen to my advice. Find one spot.
Are you hypnotized yet?
No.
All right, cut the tape. Come on, Eddie.
What?
Unfortunately, the witness has proven to be a poor hypnotic subject.
I am not.
Severely traumatized by his 3-day ordeal.
3 days?
Do you remember June 29th?
No, it was 2 years ago.
Severely traumatized by his 3-day ordeal, he is, sad to say, too cowardly to face the truth.
Oh.
As long as he keeps running away from his problems, we will learn nothing of his bizarre ordeal. We will remain frustrated in our quest for lost time.
Fantastic. You know, you should know that our policy here on Talent Takes a Holiday is to try and walk that fine line between A, presenting talent so unknown as to elicit the often heard, who cares? And B, or 2, bringing you people so overexposed that they've appeared on everything from Kathy Lee and Regis to commemorative stamps. Our aim, as always, is to introduce you to complete strangers about whom you have that funny feeling you've already met them. In that spirit, and all the way from Minnesota, or claiming to be for tax purposes, we have the lovely Miss Marilyn Belgum with us tonight. Now, Marilyn has requested a very special introduction that I am, frankly, unable, and, well, really more to the point, unwilling to perform. So therefore, Mr. Adam Petrosky will serenade Marilyn to the stage. Adam, this is your big break.
Tramp, the road is free, blazing trails along the byway, here's the Bowie. Tramp, I feel the road, boom, 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 the world is free. We're fighters and cannot, we're Indians and the top, at the age old in
I'm a 67-year-old Swedish Lutheran mammal from Fridley, Minnesota. The other day, I went to get my driver's license renewed, a simple thing, right? And the man said to me, "Where were you born, madam?" I said, "I was born in iniquity, and in sin did my mother conceive me." I felt so bad after I said that. You think I needed to give that much of myself to him? Simple public servant. All the way home, I walked along and I thought, I wish I just said Duluth and let it go. I always say a woman without jewelry is like a night without stars. Isn't that what you often say, madam?
It's a very thin line that separates funny and heartwarming, and Marilyn Belgum walks it as bravely as anyone in the business. The Belgum wit has been said by some to be an acquired taste, but it's a taste that is readily accessible to anyone who's had the unique experience of spending even a weekend in Minnesota. For those few who still feel a little more background material is needed before they can safely jump on Marilyn's comedy bandwagon, we offered this interesting yet informative film about ice fishing in the greater St. Paul area.
I know I did. I was so romantic. I could see it at the time. The round table in the kitchen, a little wind blowing over the blue and white checkered tablecloth, the children seated around the table, matching knives and forks. The teenage daughter at the sink, humming a little hymn as she peels potatoes for dinner. The younger children saying grace and then exchanging pleasantries with each other. And one day I thought I'm going to put a little of the magic back in the marriage. So I turned to my husband and I said, Einar, see, his name is Harold. But ladies, after 30, 40 years, change the name. It's so much more romantic. I said, Einar, watch for me by moonlight, wait for me by moonlight, I'll come to thee by moonlight, though hell should bar the way. He said, will you be home in time to cook supper? One cloud passed betwixt my love and me at that point, I can tell you that much. You know, I didn't want to say this with so many young people here, but I have to say, after you've been married 30, 40 years, sometimes it gets just incredibly boring. I mean, Einar and I were sitting home the other night. It was around 9 o'clock at night on a Saturday night. And Einar turned to me and he uttered what I have come to believe is probably the most boring remark I have ever heard in my entire life. He said, dear, a girl who used to be in my confirmation class recently got a job with the telephone company. Have you ever heard a more boring remark? No, I'm going to close with some Swedish words that my own mother taught me years and years ago. She said, Marilyn, be strong. We are not here to play, to dream, to drift. We have hard work to do and loads to lift. Shun not the struggle. Face it, 'tis God's gift. I can't tell you how I hate that poem.
Bullshit.
Well, things here at the Career Direction Phone Center are a little quieter than I'd hoped for.
Pure bullshit.
So far, no calls. Now, come on, I know you're out there.
Mr. Mull, would you mind if I make one quick call out? There's a young man I'm planning on adopting.
Dr. D's phone.
Yo?
Bullshit.
Well, what is it? Fish or fowl?
Neither. It's a man who says the TV guide promised Penn and Teller in this time slot, and he wants to know where they are.
Well, he's absolutely right. We do have a wonderful performance by Penn and Teller on tap, and if time allows, we're going to get to it. But first, let's get these phones here.
He's really pissed off.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, but one man does not an audience make. So, Mr.
Nielsen.
Ladies and gentlemen, Penn and Teller.
Guests of Morton Mull's Talent Takes a Holiday stay in New York's fabulous Bed Soleil Hotel. The Bed Soleil, where you'll take home more than the towels.
Thank you, thank you. You know something, before we bring out our underpants dancers here to beef up our closing showstopper, I got to share some incredible good news with you folks here tonight. They just told me over here in the wings, we are apparently within 2 ratings points of winning our time slot. Now, I'm not talking just on, I'm not talking just on cable here, folks. I'm talking cable, network, the whole shebang, all right? All of it. 2 points away, which to me is rather amazing. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty proud. Thank you. Wow. You know, you work hard and you hope for something like that, but to be that close. You know what I say? I say we crank up this great band of ours again and see what we can do about winning the sucker, huh? Should we do it? Okay. You got to do it. I think we got time. Van Dyke, crank it up.
Now if I didn't have lips just like Mary's, and I didn't have legs like Elaine's, and I didn't have hair just the color of Susan's, and hands just as smooth as Marlene's, my teeth weren't as white as Aretha's, and my smile wasn't just like Renee. Well, I'd be tempted to look in my little black book, but instead I've just thrown it away, because I'm everyone that I have ever loved, all rolled into one. I'm all of the women that I have had in my life. The actress, the waitress, the nun. And I'm there when I need me, and I'm not when I don't. Just the same as my sweet Rosalie was. And as far as that time in the bus station goes, well, I'm twice the man that he was. And I can cook just as good as my mama. Hold my liquor just as good as my old man. I'm a 240 bowler. I'm a strong rock and roller. I can dance as well as any white boy can. Yeah, it's me, myself, and I going steady. And the 3 of us are happy as can be. There's no risk of rejection, no risk of infection. I'm me, incomplete autonomy. Yes, I'm everyone that I have ever loved. Come on, all rolled into one. That's it. I'm all of the women that I have had in my life. I'm Charo with the brains of Irene Dunn. Suitcases, girl. I'm twice the man that you. Yes, sir, I'm everyone that I have ever loved, and I'm all rolled into one. I'm all of the women that I have had in my life. Time out! Time out! Time!
Did we win the rating? No? What do we have left? How much time? 6 seconds. Okay.
Well, Fred, you got to admit this guy's got guts, or is it stupidity?
Well, taking his first time out with only 6 seconds left, Jack, I'm going to go with stupidity here.
I don't know. He's only down by 2 points. 6 seconds is plenty of time for a big field goal, and that would win it for him.
Well, that's true, but as I see it, we've got several major problems facing us, Jack. To begin with, you don't sound that much like a sportscaster.
I know.
A little more meaningless projection.
Okay.
You'll catch on. Secondly, unless I miss something, this isn't a football game. It's a variety show.
Point well taken, Fred.
You're doing better already.
Thank you.
And thirdly, even if it was a football game, I'm not so darn sure that Mull has enough leg to kick a cat off a porch.
Nice metaphor, Fred.
Would that be a metaphor or a simile, Jack?
Now, simile has to have the word like in it.
You might be right. Anyway, let's take a look at this replay.
Okay.
Pretty wimpy, even for a guy in show business.
Oh, yeah.
These feet here seem to be barely touching the ground.
I know.
From this angle, it looks like he'd be a lot happier in the locker room than on the football field. You understand what I'm saying?
Hold on to the soap.
Oh, yeah. Oh, boy.
That's not to say that some of those legs down there aren't pretty good, huh?
Oh, sure.
Look at these, huh? Huh?
Mm-hmm.
How about that? But I think the best leg around here is this one under the dirndl right here.
What exactly is a dirndl, Jack?
That's a word with no vowels, Fred.
I gotcha.
Thanks.
Well, now, looky here. Seated right near the stage, Matt Barr of the New York Giants, a great clutch kicker, and with him, his gardener.
Actually, Fred, I believe that's the Emperor of Japan.
You might be right, Jack.
I know I am.
Fine, and here comes Mull, and he seems to be begging, of course, for Martin. These 3 points spell the difference between a series commitment and another summer of mowing lawns.
Whatever he just said to Matt Barr, he's taking the bait.
Yep.
He's headed for the stage. Careful taking those steps there.
Good-looking blazer and tie combo on Barr there. I wonder where he got that.
Probably through the mail.
Goalposts are up.
Yep. That's good.
Wait a minute, he's bringing the girls back onto block.
Yep, he's going with his strengths.
Yeah.
Tough call, but I think this one's my favorite.
You've always been a sucker for any woman in a helmet, let's face it.
Oh, was that a helmet? I thought that was hers.
Yeah.
You know, Jack, Martin seems to be pretty damn cool about all of this, considering that, in essence, he's placed his whole professional future in another man's shoe.
Hate to shut you up, but time's back in, Fred.